Ever felt like you're constantly the villain in someone else's story? Like no matter what you do, it's never enough? A narcissist smirking, saying you're just too sensitive, you'll never find anyone better than me, no one else would put up with you. Enough is enough. It's time to shut down these toxic mind games and take back your power. Here are 11 criticisms narcissists throw at you and the perfect response to flip the script. Let's dive in. So what are the 11 common criticisms from narcissists and how to respond effectively? Now, dealing with a narcissist can be emotionally exhausting, especially when they use criticism as a tool to manipulate, control, or undermine your confidence. Their words often cut deep. Their words sting. Yes, making you question your worth or sanity. However, understanding their tactics and learning how to respond effectively can help you maintain your self-esteem and set healthy boundaries. Here are 11 common criticisms narcissists use and how you can respond to protect yourself. The first one is you're too sensitive. This is a classic gaslighting tactic where the narcissist downplays your emotions to make you feel weak or overreactive. How do you respond? I'm allowed to have feelings just like everyone else. You can also say, I'm not being sensitive, I'm setting a boundary. You can also say, I express my emotions because they matter, even if you don't agree. Now, by responding assertively, you prevent them from dismissing your emotions as invalid. Second criticism is you never do anything right. You never do anything right. Now, narcissists love to make others feel incompetent, to keep control over them. Now, how do you respond? I'm always learning and improving, and I don't need perfection to have value. You can also respond by saying, I'd appreciate specific feedback instead of general criticism. You can also say, that's your opinion, but I see things differently. Now, this response redirects the conversation toward constructive dialogue rather than blind criticism. Also, the third one is you're selfish. That is the third criticism. So how do you respond? You are selfish. Now, this is often said when you set boundaries or refuse to cater to their needs. How do you respond to you are selfish? Taking care of myself doesn't mean I'm selfish. You can also say, I make sure to help others when I can, but I also respect my own needs. Also, you can say, that sounds like projection. Can you clarify what you mean? By standing your ground, you show them that prioritizing yourself is not selfish. Another criticism is nobody else would put up with you. Now, this is a manipulative statement meant to make you feel unworthy of love or respect. How do you respond? That's not true, and I won't allow anyone to talk to me that way. Now, you can also say, healthy relationships don't rely on fear or obligation. You can also say, I deserve respect, and if you can't offer that, I'll find people who will. Now, this response reinforces your self-worth and shows them that you won't tolerate emotional abuse. The next criticism is you are overreacting. This is another form of gaslighting that minimizes your valid concerns. Now, how do you respond? I know how I feel and I won't let you dismiss my emotions. You can also say, if something upsets me, it matters, whether you understand it or not. You can also say, let's focus on resolving the issue instead of labeling my reaction. Now, this keeps the focus on the actual issue rather than allowing them to shift blames, which narcissists love to do. They always love to shift blame. Another criticism and how to respond is you're not as special as you think you are. You're not as special as you think you are. Now, narcissists often try to diminish your confidence when they feel threatened by your success. And how do you respond? I don't need to be special to be valuable. You can also respond by saying your opinion of me doesn't define my worth. You can also reply by saying I'm proud of whom I am, and I don't need validation from you. Now, this response makes it clear that their words don't determine your success or self-esteem. Yet another criticism by narcissists is, you're lucky I put up with you. You are lucky I put up with you. Now, a narcissist wants you to feel dependent on them by making it seem like they are doing you a favor. How do you respond? I don't need luck to deserve respect. Also, you can say, I deserve healthy relationships based on mutual respect, not obligation. You can also say, if that's how you feel, maybe we should reevaluate this relationship. Now, this puts power back in your hands and challenges their false superiority. The next criticism is, you are the problem, not me. The next criticism is, you are the problem, not me. Now, narcissists rarely take responsibility for their actions and will blame you instead. How do you respond? I'm open to self-reflection, but I won't take responsibility for things that aren't mine. You can also say, blaming me doesn't solve the issue. Let's talk about real solutions. You can also say, I notice a pattern where you deflect responsibility. Let's discuss the facts instead. Now, this response holds them accountable and prevents them from shifting blame. The next criticism by a narcissist and how to respond is, no one likes you. Now, this is an attempt to isolate you and make you feel unworthy. They want to make you feel rejected, abandoned. Now, how do you respond? That's not true, and I won't let you control my self-worth with lies. Also, you can say, my relationships are not for you to define. You can also say, I have people in my life who respect and care for me, and that's what matters. Now, this helps you resist their manipulation and reaffirm your social connections. The 10th criticism and how to respond is, you are too much work. Now, this is a way of making you feel like a burden, so you won't express your needs. No, now, how do you respond? Everyone deserves love and care, including me. Now, you can also say, if I'm too much work for you, that's your issue to resolve. Or you can say, healthy relationships require effort from both sides. Now, this reminds them that relationships should be mutual, not one-sided. Now, last but not the least, criticism is, you will never find anyone better than me. You will never find anyone better than me. This is a tactic to make you stay in a toxic relationship out of fear. And so how do you respond? I don't base my self-worth on whether I have you in my life. You can also say, I deserve happiness and I won't settle for someone who disrespects me. Or you can say, there are plenty of kind, respectful people in the world. I don't need to settle. Now, this response reinforces your independence and challenges their manipulation. Now, narcissists use criticism to control and manipulate, but you don't have to accept their words as truth. Their words are lies. They are lies from the pit of hell. But by responding assertively, setting boundaries, and refusing to engage in their toxic game, you can maintain your self-respect and emotional well-being. The key is to stay calm, avoid reacting emotionally, and remind yourself that you deserve respect and healthy relationships. So what struck you the most in this video? Do let me know in the comments, and also hit the subscribe button to become a member of the Oyawale community, where we support one another through narcissistic abuse and emotional trauma. And don't also forget to share this video with a friend.